Welcome to the Hard Hat Training Series. Today we will give an introductory course on radiofrequency radiation, which is one of the most common and dangerous hazards when working near antennas and other RF sources. Throughout this training, we will provide you with the knowledge and understanding you need to become a better and safer worker. Concerns about the effects of electromagnetic radiation first arose in the 1960s with the introduction of high-voltage power lines. Nancy Wertheimer, a scientist researching leukemia cases in children, found that those children who were sick were twice as likely to live near power lines that had strong electromagnetic fields. This raised eyebrows about the effects of non-ionizing electromagnetism and radiation on human health. Following her research, hundreds of studies were conducted about the link between the two. As time passes, we are discovering more and more negative effects from exposure to radiation, including damage to reproductive health, the inhibition of brain cell growth, and other issues. Radiation is the emission of energy from any source. It occurs on a broad spectrum and presents varying degrees of benefits as well as dangers to humans. The radiation spectrum exists from very high energy to very low energy waves and is sometimes referred to as the electromagnetic spectrum. RF energy, which we will be discussing today, is on the low end of the spectrum. RF radiation is a type of low energy radiation that is emitted from telephones, radios, televisions, satellites, microwave ovens, and many other things. Among these, and posing the greatest threat to you as a worker, are communication antennas and other mounted RF radiating devices that may be present on the job. RF radiation is all around us, mainly in small amounts. The focal point of this training, however, is how it affects you in more concentrated forms, such as in some workplaces. Anytime you are working with or near RF radiation sources, you run the risk of exposure to hazardous radiation levels, as well as other dangers like RF burns. As we continue through this training, we will be discussing these ideas along with many others. We will begin by providing general information about RF radiation and then move into discussing exposure and its effects. Lastly, we will discuss how to safely operate near RF sources and provide an in-depth look at the hazards which they present, using case studies to illustrate key points. Our goal in doing so is to provide you with the information you need to make informed decisions concerning your safety and health in your workplace.